Good morning, we're just arriving at Rugeley Town now. Fortunately we are a bit late, it's 7:28 and our train is just... It's your fault actually. And our train is just literally around that corner. Somewhere around there anyway, at least. No. Should be coming anyway now. Anyway, we're going to go to Rugeley Trent Valley first, and from there we'll tell you what today's plan of action is. So T5 11 down there. Where is he? Took his time. Go over to the other side of the footbridge now. Morning and welcome to Rugeley Trent Valley. Sorry we can't do the intro at Rugeley Town because we arrived there late. The 0743 153 is leaving. That's the 743 by Stoke-on-Trent. Today we are going to Loughborough. We're not going to film at the railway station, we're going to Loughborough Central, on the Great Central Railway. One of the last built main lines of Britain. Anyway, so we'll go to Loughborough Central, the Great Central Railway. Loughborough to Leicester line, not the other one in Nottingham area, Rugeley.
Although we do need to go to that.
Yeah. Like I said, one of the last built main lines in Britain, and we'll go there for Steam Gala today, featuring Oliver Cromwell, 92214, the fake Cock of the North, and many more. It should be a good lineup, but it should be an okay gala. We are going to get 5 locos out of 10 today. If you go tomorrow, you get 10. My name is Simon Paul. I'm just a regular guy with a hobby. With a passion for trains. And also travelling by train. This rail enthusiast ain't trying to do these YouTube videos to make himself famous. I just do that for fun. So sit back, enjoy, get your ticket, and enjoy my railway journey. Pulling out of Aston now. Surprisingly, then balls do have a stand clear of the edge, fast train approaching. Which Rugeley don't. Oh, we're going to be in Nuneaton in a few minutes anyway. Just arriving into Bensweedy County now. Nuneaton. Oh look, there's the store. I want to go over there. This train don't have a brake. We could get a photo. Right, after a quick stop at the Aston and Nuneaton to get some pop, we go back to the railway station now. We have deliberately waited to now go on the 8:52 Stansted Airport train to Leicester, then Leicester to Loughborough that way. So we'll just go through the car park now. Around the gap. There we go. And the railway station's just over there. See? Railway station. Leicester. Not that far from a walk. So if I do budget Nuneaton, I know I've got to ask the next door to get some food.
So it's only sent, it's not 103. It's sick as well to see it that I know that's 103 now. It's 103. That's 101. That's good news.
Over there.
Okay. There's your 5Z31 right there.
Not really, no.
Oh look, you can't eat yet. Now you can.
Yeah, this is the station. Get off. As you can see now we're at Leicester. Wait for our final train to Loughborough, which is a bit late, only like 3 minutes. And as you can see there is grids 56106. I don't know what the middle one, the back one is 069. And there was grid 7 here, but apparently got moved out here yesterday. I don't know where it's gone though, but there was another grid with that as well, which I don't know the number, but there was 5 grids here last time I came here, and now there's 3.
Nuneaton, Derby, Chesterfield and Sheffield. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
he can't get out yet, so I've got these tickets. Just going to prefer 22010. Now we're going to go out. Fortunately, like with the other preserve railways to the next door to each other, the Great Central Railway isn't, but you go that way straight ahead, but we're going this way for a second because up here you could have a good look at the motor power depot. I always like to have a look here to see what's around here before we go in. There's Steve right over there, a lot of it as well. Right, see what we got here. Just the boiler for an 8F there, 48305. Another boiler there, but there's nothing there. There's something in there though. You can make it out. 6988. I think that's a pannier, I think, or a Great Western Loco. No, 69 Hall. It's a modified Hall. Now we go over here, just cross the road. Ooh, Gronk action. Well, it looks like I've got a diesel guard the road already with some Gronk action. Hauling a I see what you're doing now. You're blocking the locos. Hello. As you can see there, the wheels there. 777, the 8F. 48624. There's a Great Western Loco down there, I think. Oh no, it's the N2. The Gresley N2. And there's a loco that I don't think I have there before. We're going to have a look and investigate. Anyway, we need to get a platform ticket to get down there. And here is Loughborough Central Station. Now the Great Central had a good idea on their last London Main Line station to isolate, have island platforms, cheaper to build, you see. They were saving money with island platforms. Anyway, we're going to go over there now, get a platform ticket and have a look around. As you can see here, this is 5643. The Great Western Railway inherited a vast number of rundown or even life expired locos when it absorbed it from independent companies of South Wales in 1923. There was an urgent need for new motor power, the chief mechanical engineer Charles Collett opted to base it on the successful 062 arrangement. As you can see down there. That has been favoured by independent companies. The first of the 200 locomotives from the 56,000 was finished at Swindon Works in 1924. The 56XS class, which is one of these, may not have been the best looking machines of the Great Western, but they were the most powerful locomotives for their size and became popular with their crews. 5643 were merged from Swindon Works in October 1925, spent its high working night in and out of South Wales after 38 years of service. 5643 was joined in July 1963 and moved to the Barry Scrapyard. The owner died when I made the decision to stockpile old locomotives because he was receiving more income from scrapping railway wagons. It was a decision effective to save hundreds of steam locomotives up on the cutting torch. This 5643 was such engine and was first to leave Barry Scrapyard. It was brought by 1986 by members of the Lakeside Railway Society, moving to Hathaway. 3 years later, the LRS set up the first Railway Trust, a charity to manage assets so that 5643 passed to present owners and restored to actually 2006. The locomotive on its second visit to Great Central previously appeared in 2007. As you see here, it's on a freight train at the moment.
Standing in on platform number 1 will form the 10:45 train to Leicester North. This train calls at Ward and Woodhouse, Rugeley and Leicester North.
As you can see here, this is the Great Northern Railway Rugeley Class N2, or LER. The Class N2 was a 062 tank. Number 1744, the Great Northern Railway suburban tanks, was built in the 1920s-21 battered locomotives at the North British Locomotive Works in Glasgow. These tank engines were designed for London trains with fast acceleration in mind. The pipes on the smokes, smoke box, which is just up here. No, put it back there. Consider the power. It arrived at the Great Central in 1975, returned to steam in 1978. It withdrew in 1994, returning to traffic for the second time in 2009. These were like on the suburban services out of London, like you got these coming out of Moorgate, for God's sakes, and all the basically what the 313s are doing now. I think they use these for empty coaches stock as well. Over here is a Ginty. The Ginties were standard LMS shunting engines. A total of 422 were built. This design, a development of the Midland Railway design at 1899, maybe by private contractors. Built between 1924 and 1931, they were soon to be suppressed by diesel shunters. Although many lasted till the 60s, number 16498 was built by the Balkan foundry Nuneaton in Willows, costing about 3,330 quid, over £3,000. Spent a few weeks nearby by Warrington before moving to Crewe South Shed, where it mainly worked Bashwood Hall sidings and carriage stock shed. October 1928 saw this engine move to Carnforth for almost 32 years of its life. It was renumbered twice, first to 7406, following nationalisation became, as you can see there, 47406. In May 1950, from March 1960, the engines made a number of moves, first back to Warrington, then to Workingham, Bank Hall, Gorton and finally at Liverpool Edge Hill for its last 2 years of its service. It was withdrawn in December 1967 and ended up in Barry Scrap Yards following the July. It was brought in a badly stripped condition by the Rugeley Locomotive Trust and moved to the Peak Rail headquarters in Buxton in June 1983. When Peak Rail moved from Buxton Centre, the locomotive was sold to Roger Hibbert and moved to Quorn on December 21st, 1989, which is just down the line from here. Later the following years, the engine has been stored behind Loughborough Sheds, behind us, whilst Roger completed the restoration of 45305, which is the boiler you can just see there, of the 8F. The Ginty came back in service in 2010 after a lengthy restoration project. As you can see next door is Southern 3777 Surnameal.
The train now standing at platform number 2 is the 11:20 local service to Rugeley. Train at Corn Woodhouse and Rugeley only. Platform number 2 for the 11:20 to Rugeley.
Okay, now we've got 78019 here, which is a VR Standard 2 Mogul. A direct bearings of the earlier LMS design, of which 46521, which is also a Piscata, is a member. Designed to build 65 of this class in the 1950s for use in many parts of Britain. Completed in March 1954, 78019 was issued base at Kirby Stephen. It spent 6 years working the line through the Pennines of the Lake District. 9 closures saw the edge gradually moving south, bend the entire Wigan, Springs Branch, Northwich and Wilston in London, before heading north to Nuneaton and finally Crewe, South Shed. Withdrawal was in November 1966 and the engine was moved to Barry Scrap Yard. Early the following year, the engine spent 6 years at Barry, before purchased by a member of the Severn Valley Railway and arrived at Bridgnorth on the 10th of March 1973.
That ain't the real Costa North. This is. That's the P2.
Yeah, with the museum now, and a little history on the Great Central. 1837, the Sheffield, Ashland Line of Manchester Incorporated Railway was formed in 1837. 1845, the Manchester and Sheffield line opened, including Woodhead Tunnel. 1846, as you can see there, Manchester Sheffield Lincolnshire Railway created by aggregation of SAO with other companies. Edward Watkins becomes the great general manager of the MSLR with ambitions to link the industrial north to continental Europe. In 1864, Watkins becomes chair of the MSR, later South Eastern Metropolitan Railway. Cheshire Line Committees incorporating the MSR in partnership with other companies in 1867. In 1894, the construction started the MSLR's London extension by Aylesbury. In 1897, the SLR changed its name to the Great Central Railway in 1897. In 1898, London's Marylebone terminus is completed. In 1899, London Extension Aylesbury Quayton Road opens. In 1900, Nottingham Victoria Station opens on the Queen's birthday. J.G. Robinson appointed Chief Mechanical Engineer for 1902. In 1902, Sam Frey becomes General Manager, successfully succeeding Sir William Pollitt. In 1905, Metropolitan and Great Central Acts opened barriers of London commuter belt to GTR. In 1906, the Great Western and Great Central joint lines opened to ease congestion of the Metropolitan line. 1907, GCR acquires Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railways. In 1909, South Yorkshire Joint Railway opens involving the Great Central Railway partnership with other companies. In 1912, Immingham Docks officially opens by the King during proceedings knights Sir Sam Frey, then becomes Sir Sam Frey. In 1923, the Great GCR becomes part of the London North Eastern Railway, not the big four area companies. And then 1948, nationalisation. 1958, regional centre changes from Eastern region to BR London Midland. In 1916, London and Manchester Express is withdrawn. This is the Manchester Exchange, or Manchester Central. In 1963, Beatty reports proposes withdrawal of all passenger services between Marylebone and Manchester Victoria. In 1966, Line C's as a through route. 1969, Line Preservation Group formed. Also in 1969, the last train between Nottingham, Arkwright Street and Rugeley Central. You can see there's a DMU there. Probably at Rugeley Central. In 1971, the Mainline Steam Trust formed by a charitable body. 1974, regular work between Loughborough and Corn begins, which is what the Preserved Railway is today. 1976, the Great Central Railway, 1976, limited form raised funds through shares, issued single track purchase of Charwood Borough Council buys land. Also in 1976, engineering work extended to Rothley. In 1990, trains began operated Leicester North Station 91. 2000, second track between Loughborough and Rothley is relayed as Leicester North opens. 2009, the GTR buys Loughborough Goods Office and after 18 months of reservation opens as a Lovett House. Just Great Central Railway Development Ford manages the reunification project. 2011 at Cornwood House, the Butler Henderson Cafe opens and turntable installed. And in 2012, the Great Central Railway over the lease of the former Rugeley Community Project in Leicester. And that is mainly the history of the Great Central Railway. Maybe some problems with 78119 here. You hear the clunky sound, then it all speed just appeared out of nowhere, and there might be some problems with this locomotive. Not sure what the problem is, but it's been here for a while now, they were not ready to take it out, so who knows what the problem is. You see now we've got a map here, there's Manchester Central here, it's an old map, and the route used to take it all the way around. Yeah, there's Barnsley and Helston and all that. Sheffield, Victoria, Sheffield. If I go the right way. Excellent. Nottingham, Victoria. Loughborough Central, Cornwall, Rossley, Belgrade, Bristol, that's where Leicester North is, Leicester Central. Rugby Central. This is the original Great Central main line. Let's go, when I get to here, Crater Road, where then it's goes on to the Metropolitan Metals for a bit, and also the Great Western Metals here at Haddon and Bucks. There's Amersham, and then all the way to Marylebone. That's the original Great Central route. Right, just near the Great Central Railway Garden now. As you can see there, there's some bridges there. What it is they're going to bridge the gap between the Great Central Nottingham and the Great Central this one. We are just leaving now because we've seen all the trains today, and so we're hanging around longer. It's starting to rain as well. Right now we are just passing on this side the headquarters for the Great Central Railway. For the Reserve Railway, that is. Anyway. As you can see here, this wasteland, you can just see the station over there. Loughborough Central. And we're going to head back to the Loughborough Network Rail Station now. Right, we just arrived back into Loughborough's other station now, Loughborough Midland as they call it, because this was on the Midland main line. So basically when the Great Central got closed, the through route, they kept this one open. Probably so with Beeching, he wanted to close Trunk Road, so it still has two of the same routes. And the Great Central and the Midland main line were two routes out of Sheffield into London, so he kept this one and got rid of the Great Central. Well, he never did, he proposed to Parliament and Parliament shut it down. Yeah, we're going to get our train now back to Leicester.
This train is formed of 4 coaches. An at-seat service of light refreshments is available on the train.
Yeah. I don't know if we should leave at Leicester. I'd like to go to London St Pancras.
We wish. Just putting into Leicester. Ooh. You get the button?
I got the button. Yeah, obviously don't open it, you don't. Silly man.
There's a turbo. Found it. Right. Go this way. Ooh, that did feel good. That's interesting. Just pulling into Leicester now. Well, we are in Leicester now, but just going to get our Turbostar. I think the route is still there, the one we just got off from. 222181. Going now.
Service to Birmingham Euston.
What? What, that Tampa?
And Birmingham.
No, yeah, but there was a
Oh, 66095. Oh, it's got 638. Just push the button.
Train to arrive at platform number 3. Here's the slightly delayed cross-country service to Birmingham New Street. This service will call at Nuneaton, Colton Parkway and Birmingham New Street. This train is not for London St Pancras. Any passengers for London St Pancras and Market Harborough, please remain on the platform.
It's just coming in now.
For the 1548
We're going to make it.
You are?
We're going to make it, it's just coming in now.
Where is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah. As you can see, just there.
Well, if we do that, we'll never make that.
No. Okay, stay on this one.
Yeah, it's stay on this one.
Just leaving Leicester now on the 1618. Work by 17638.
Okay then, alright, I'll text you. Tell you bye.
That took us a while to get off. Yeah, Nuneaton now. I think we're going to go over there. The Nuneaton train station's just over there. You can probably see it through these fences and all that. And we're going to go over here. Yes. Going to visit the Colonel. Oh wait, he's dead. There's Colonel Sanders here.
I told you he did.
Go this way. Yeah, we're going to KFC.
100 London Midland service to Crewe via Stoke-on-Trent.
That's the train.
Called at Atherstone, Tamworth, Lichfield Trent Valley, Rugeley Trent Valley, and Stafford, where the train divides.
Oh yeah.
Please make sure you travel in the correct compartment. The train will detach and terminate at Stafford.
As you just make out, these literal Trent Valley will departing now. The next stop is Rugeley Trent Valley.
This is a customer announcement. Any passengers travelling to Rugeley, which is the next stop, please make sure you are travelling in the front 4 coaches. As this train is too long to be accommodated in the platform at Rugeley, so therefore the back 4 coaches, the doors will not open. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you are travelling further north from Stafford, the facilities, the toilet facilities on the front 4 coaches are not working this evening. I do apologise for that, but if you would like to use the back 4 coaches, that is the back 4 coaches. There are 2 more toilets down in that area, so if you'd like to use them before Stafford, where this train will divide. Thank you.
And also, which is when I leave this guy, because he's off to do a... He's off to Bolton.
I don't want to go home. I want to stay. I want to go back to my warm bed. Can I go back to my warm bed?
No.
Okay.
She'll carry on.
Okay.
Right, unfortunately I'm going now. See ya.
Any last words? Yeah, sod you. Don't fall.
Alright, see you then. See you later.
We are now approaching Rugeley Trent Valley. Please take care when stepping from the train onto the platform.
Stop turning. Oh, 4 coaches. What? on the 1846 now. It's 175.04, which I'm on now, at 175.8 in the rear. But I'm going to do the edit here if it is raining, and I'm only going to film this out. It got long, so it's been a good day at the Great Central Railway. Longer trains, which I could have filmed stuff properly, but got bitch load. Got everything anyway. You've got the locos that weren't running today because there was only 5 running, which was the Fake Cock of the North, the 9F, London Cromwell, 46521, 78019, and 5643. We have gone through a bit of the history of the Great Central as well. It was the last London links line, the last main line into London. Marylebone opened like in 1900, and we've gone from Rugeley Town, Trent Valley, Nuneaton, Leicester, Loughborough. Usually go back to Derby. I do like a circular, but just did the same. So it's been a good day. Ian's on his way to Bolton. He's carrying on his video dive, but I've edited mine here. Just leaving now. And is there anything else to cover? But it's been a good day. Nothing's been late. We have got an 8-car train on the way back. We fit 5 coaches on, but not all 8 at Rugeley Trent Valley. And that's it now. So you can. Oh, and just for the record, apparently the 9F was made by popular demand according to Richard Harlity. But to be honest, I prefer 9F's a freight trains, not the only one that should be named is East Star 92220. But anyway, you You could subscribe to us on Facebook. Sorry, we just went around the corner there. It's very tight. Sometimes they do 40 or 20 miles per hour curve. You can subscribe to us at Siren Trains on Facebook. You can subscribe to us at Siren Trains on Twitter. You can subscribe to us on Simon Paul's British Rally Journey on Facebook. And unfortunately, I'm nothing like this guy. He's a twat, I'm not. And if you try to make any of our videos, I will be asking why you're licking them and getting onto you like that. Because these videos are copyrighted by me, I make them. And that is it really. So, good night and hope to see you on the next documentary. Wherever that will be. Cheerio.
Arriving at Rugeley Town station.
Doors open. Right, and let's get a picture of this before we go. It's raining. Cars closing doors now. Just go back a little bit.